Good morning, folks. This is Saturday morning shave for me. This is a Dr. John soap. It's a black label. Got the scent profile down below. Excuse me. This is what the soap looks like on the inside. It's relatively, it's firm in the tin, but it's really easy to scrape out and put in a wooden bowl like this. Got it whipped up here. This brush here is the best I can, to my knowledge, this is a vintage Barbershop brush that was made in Taiwan, and the knot that was originally in there had lost most of its bristles, and when I bought it that way, and I reknotted it with a white horsehair knot. I've had that knot for quite some time before I worked up the nerve to reknot this thing. And so far, it's working out pretty well. It's not trying to fall out or anything like that. Got the alum block complete with rubber band. I'm going to follow up with Humphrey's Witch Hazel Lilac Scented. And aftershave of the day is going to be Lucky Tiger. This is some good stuff here. And the shaver of the day is the Parthenon Adjustable Shaver. And today's setting for all three passes, I am going to have it on the number 1 setting. Decided to go with that just to see how it worked with a feather blade that it's on its second use, to see how smooth and comfortable of a shave it's going to be. I guess you might say kind of looking for that Gillette Tech, in other words, for an Edward Jagger DE89 type shave, something that's smooth and comfortable, but yet still get the whiskers. Pretty sure this number 1 setting is going to do the trick with this feather blade. Don't think I'm going to have any issues there. This cube is fairly decent size, as you can tell. It's a pretty good size chunk of pre-shave soap. And with today's whiskers, you can see that it's working off some of that. It's definitely digging into it. I have to say, I do prefer Douglas offers a pre-shave in a stick, so it's a twist up. I kind of like that one better just because of the convenience of not getting hit necessarily all over your hands, and storage is easy and simple and all that sort of thing. Of course, you pay for that convenience, but I have to say, this cube though, it's going to last a lot longer than that stick did. I still got a little bit of it left. Here we go. This knot is really full. It's nice to be able to smell the scent also of the soap when you're lathering up. When I was blooming it, it was just coming out of the bowl. Pretty nice. Kind of expecting or hoping that this shave is going to turn out pretty good. Sometimes a feather blade on the second or third use will be a little bit smoother, not quite so edgy. Kind of tell this lather is working pretty good. You start with the first pass. You know, I never mentioned it in any of my other videos, but if a person that shaves underneath the nose is interested about the overhang, there's just a little bit of an overhang right there. And the size of that, don't know what it's like shaving underneath the nose. Might be something to consider. I'm assuming that if folks can use American Future, I can get up underneath your nose with that. Should be able to do it with this one. I have not been successful on eBay just yet getting a Mercury Future just yet. I got a Q-shave. My experience with this has been pretty good. I've had pretty good luck with it. It works rather well. Can't complain a bit about it. Have to say the second use on setting number 1 is quite a bit smoother. This is, yeah, it's kind of hoping and thinking that it might work this way with the feather blade going with the lowest setting. Yeah, this is a much better shave. It feels like a setting that would be close to being like a Gillette Tech. It took off some of the whiskers. There's still plenty left to be taken off, which you kind of expect on a setting 1 or a quote-unquote a mild shaver. Yeah, this is much more comfortable. This end is really nice. If you go to the link I got down below, Dr. John talks about how they came up with this scent. A little bit different than, I guess you might say, normal or run-of-the-mill, if you will, something different. Have to say it is. I like it. This is pretty smooth. Going across the grain here. You can tell Dr. John's soap is pretty slick too. Like I said, you can tell that most of that lather for a person that's a daily shaver will build up on the bottom. But if you got long whiskers, in other words, it's been several days, it will, you can see Don's video, it'll get caught up in the blade there. But being a pretty much a daily shaver, I don't have that issue. Pretty smooth. I don't think the alum block's going to have a whole lot to say, unless something goes with this against the grain pass. Right now I don't see it, and it's being pretty efficient and smooth. It's still taking off the whiskers, but it still needs that third pass. In other words, it's nowhere near as efficient as the higher settings, in which that's what you would expect. Just you would think that the other settings though would be a bit smoother. Maybe just not finding the right combination of the right blade just yet. I guess you might say it might be the most picky DE that I've got about finding a blade that works well for it on the higher settings. I do like this brush handle. The only thing that I would say that I don't particularly care for is that it's got a rounded bottom, so standing it up like this is a bit of a trick. So in my photo, it took me a little while to get it to finally stay up. And that in my I only have two brush and razor stands, and this one doesn't work well in either one of them. Of course, this setting does work a lot better. But I have to say, even compared this to a Parker variant, for instance, I can get just as smooth a shave on a higher setting with it. I guess you might say that's the reason why there's that hint of disappointment. Finally figured out, yeah, you can get a smooth shave on the lowest setting with the feather blade, and I'm pretty sure you can get one with one of your favorite go-to blades on a lower setting. And I have to say though, it is efficient at those higher settings. When I got done with the first pass was a 9, second pass with a 7. Really the third pass was more, it could have been nothing more than pickups because there was not much left. Very efficient shaver at those higher settings. Very efficient. It's just, it was kind of left your face kind of raw, and that's not for a daily shaver, that is not my kind of shave. Don't like those kind of shaves at all. Got a little spot right there that's stinging. But that's the only spot I got. It was a pretty good shave. You can kind of tell, especially at that setting, feather blade, that blade probably go, see, that'd be the second one. It might go 4, might be stretching it at 5, especially if you're leaving at a setting of a 1, doing it like that for your shaves. You get several shaves out of that one blade. You can kind of see where the 50 blades would come in and lasting pretty close to a year, especially if you're using it on such a low setting. You might be able to stretch that blade out that long. Feels pretty good. I say, just had that one little spot down there. That might have been more my error than it was had anything to do about the razor. Witch hazel. Post-shave feel when it comes to Dr. John soaps is really nice. I really enjoy the post-shave feel of Dr. John soap. Some people don't particularly care for the metal tins. To a degree, it doesn't really bother me any. I try to be fairly careful, but every once in a while you drop a metal tin, then you dent it, then you look at it like, oh shucks. But for the most part, metal tins don't really bother me any. Restrictor on this is very small. I would say maybe tiny. It is tiny, just a little bitty one, a little bit bigger than a pinhole. But it's easy to control how much is coming out. This is one of my favorite aftershaves. It does a very good job of calming your face, especially if you've had a rough shave. Probably should have used this that day I used those higher settings. Barbershop is another one that is very good about calming all that on your face if you've had a rough shave. But Barbershop is definitely an aftershave. This one here has a scent to it that I really do like. Smells nice. It's, in my opinion, this kind of scent does work well in the summer. The scent is present, but it's light. It's not a heavy scent, in other words. Face feels really good. A good shave for a Saturday. Oh yeah, very smooth. Not quite BBS, but pretty darn close. I could have got the BBS without any irritation if I wanted to, but it's Saturday. It works well for me. I had a great shave. Hope everybody's doing well. The wife is doing great. Thank you for all the well wishes, and stay safe and smooth shaves to you.